my name is Neil. Today, I'm going to be teaching you everything I can about Adobe Premiere Pro in 10 minutes. This is meant to be a beginner's guide, so if you already know how to edit, then you can skip this. But let's start by booting up the Adobe Premiere Pro right here. And while we're booting it, it's good to know that Adobe is giving a 7-day free trial. So I'm gonna put the link down below if you guys want to try it out. It's a 7 days free trial. And as you can see on the top left corner, we have the new project. So we're gonna go over there and click new project. And then it's gonna ask you for a project name. So I'm just gonna write mine Premiere Pro Beginner. And then also you can choose whatever location you want and then press create. As a beginner, it should look like this. If it doesn't look like this, go on the top right corner on the workspaces and click editing. There, it should change into something like this. Now we want to add some assets that we need to import. It could be a video, it could be images, whatever you're working on in your project. So now I'm gonna make a folder for those assets. So all you have to do is just go down to the bottom left corner and press new bin. When you press new bin, it should create a new folder on the project panel right here. And when I mean project panel, it's this whole thing right here. And now we're just gonna name this folder to a b-roll, right click and then import. And then I'm gonna import these two videos right here. So now that we have our sequence right here, so now what we want to do is create a sequence. And basically a sequence is when you put in multiple clips in one timeline and then you want to create a video out of it. That's what a sequence is. So I'm gonna drag the first footage right here on the timeline, and that right there is a quick sequence. And as you can see, I'm just moving the playhead. So that right there is your sequence, and the two clips is, you know, the assets that we imported. And if you want to go to sequence on the top left corner and go to sequence settings, this is where you can change the scale or frame. You can change the scale of your video, but I'm gonna stick to whatever I have. You can change yours, and when you press OK, it should resize, or it should crop your video. Now I'm gonna drag the second clip on the timeline, as you can see, there's a tiny transition right there where you can see the water and the nebula, which is really cool. So now I'm going to teach you guys the basic tools right here. We get the selection tool. This selection tool is pretty much the thing that you're going to use a lot. It's where you can drag, you can move some stuff, you can click on it. And let's say put the playhead in right there and snap it on the playhead. Now, if your clip didn't snap on the playhead, all you have to do is toggle the snap button right there, or the magnet looking thing, and it should snap right after. And then we're gonna drag the second clip to combine them together so that there's no black space, or you can just click the middle and it's gonna highlight white and then press backspace. It will automatically snap the second video to the top. And now we're gonna go to drag forward select tool or press A. So let me just duplicate the clips right here. So what this does is, so let's say you want to move these two clips right here. You can always do that by pressing and dragging and then highlight them both, and then you can move them at the same time. But if you have multiple clips stacked at the same time, and you know, it's kind of a struggle to be zooming in and zooming out so that you can just move all of them, you can just go to track forward select tool, press A, and then from the point where you're clicking at, everything will move all the way to the right. It's also the same thing with the track select back forward tool. It's the same thing, it's gonna move the same thing. So I'm gonna remove all that. And then we're gonna go down to ripple edit tool. We get the rate stretch tool. Rate stretch tool is actually cool. It's something that I like using. You could slow down the video or you can make it fast. So I'm gonna drag this all the way there, and as you can see, the footage now moves fast. And if you want to slow it down, you can drag it all the way however you like it. And that is how the ripple edit. And then we are going to go to the razor tool, which basically means cutting the clips that you don't like. We get a pen tool where you can draw something in the footage, in the video. And we're gonna go to the text tool, and this right here is where you type. I'm gonna just type galaxy. Okay, if you want to move this text, go back to the selection tool, click and hold control, and then you can drag it in the middle where the guidelines are. So now this text is kind of boring, so I'm gonna go down to the effects and then scroll on the text. You see that galaxy, and I'm gonna change the font into Ravi, and then we're gonna bump it up to 250, and then you can put it back in the middle. And also you can go down, click stroke, you can select whatever color you want. I'm gonna just select pink. You can also add shadows, so now our text is pretty cool. And it still kind of looks bland to me, so we're gonna go back to the media panel on the bottom left, click that and click effects, and then go down to video transitions. Then we're gonna do cross dissolve, and then I'm gonna click and drag it to the text, and I'm gonna double click the effect and then change it to 2 seconds to make it longer. And now when we play it, as you can see, it comes in slowly. But I still want to do some cool thing on the effects, so I'm actually just gonna make a simple animation, and this is called keyframing. Now when you're keyframing, it's basically a simple animation where you set an endpoints and an outpoint. So what we're gonna do is start from the beginning of this text layer, and I'm gonna come over to effects control, and I'm gonna click this little stopwatch for toggle animation, and we're gonna do that for scale. So you can see, for you to know that you're in the keyframe, use your keyboard left and right. It should look like this, the blue, it should look blue. Okay, and we are also gonna put a keyframe at the end. So I'm gonna go in the first keyframe, I'm gonna change the size into 50, and to the second frame I'm gonna change the size to 100, and it should look like this. So when you play the animation, it should look like this. So let's say I want to add some effect in the animation. So what we're gonna do is click both frames, click and hold shift, and then right click, click it, ease in, and then I'll show you what it looks like. It's gonna look like that. And then we're also gonna right click again and then click ease out, and as you can see, it starts fast and then it slows down. So it's a cool little trick that I do is you can drag the end right there and put it in the middle a little bit, and make sure it is straight. So when you play it, it should start fast and then slows down all the way. So now the background kind of looks bland, so I'm gonna go to effects, and then I'm gonna search up Lumetri color, and then I'm gonna click and drag this into our background right there. And as you can see, I'm gonna go to the effects on top. There's a lot of things that's gonna come in with the color, but I'm just gonna go to basic corrections right here, and then I'm gonna change the saturation into 175. And as you can see, it goes from here looking bland to this one right here, very colorful. I like using Lumetri color. Now let's say we want to add some music in our timeline. I'm gonna drag my music folder over here, and then we're gonna select that one right there, and then I'm gonna drag the music that I want into the timeline. And as you can see, that right there is the background music. So let's say you want to cut out the music and it's way too long. So the trick for zooming in and zooming out is you can just press the minus and plus button to zoom in and zoom out. And if you wanna just cut out the video to the end, you can just select the razor tool and then you can just delete that. But I'm gonna be showing you the remix tool where you can drag the end of the video and then put it right there where your clip ends, and it will analyze the clip. It should remix everything to match it to the end. And as you can see right there, that's how it looks like. Since the volume of the sound is too loud, we're gonna right click it, go to audio gain, and then I'm gonna put -15, and it should sound nice already. There's still pretty much a lot of it that I could teach, but it's only 10-minute video. So if you want more, just click and subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna be teaching you a lot more. So thank you, and I hope you learned something from it. Have a good day. Why is this video so hard, bro?